And I think that what we'll have to do is we'll have to put together something for the Academy about how we now pick who we're going to partner with and do affiliate stuff with. Because, again, one of the other funny things is somebody, an affiliate manager telling us they have the most state-of-the-art system. And then when you actually went through and did the accounting on it and went,
it's all wrong.
Well, we're missing this much money. And it wasn't. It just wasn't the state of the, like what they said. And now on the product side, the product's awesome. The person's awesome. It was just the way the affiliate system was run that on our end of things was a real downer for us. And I guess, on some of the upsides is it helps us in designing our own affiliate program to know what is frustrating, what it needs to have, what might be missing now, that kind of thing. So at least, the good side of frustrations are if you learn from them and then, of course, make your own procedure lists, make your own systems on how to pick in the future, you can actually gain some knowledge from it.
Yeah. So if you're an affiliate for us and you're frustrated with anything we're doing, we have a renewed sense of sympathy and for affiliates. So by all means,
and tell us.
Contact us and we'll see what we can do about it. So there you go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move into the interview now, but before we do that, we want to let you know a couple things. First of all, if you're new to the show, we have an interview like this once a month. Normally we do the 2 regular episodes where we share all kinds of tips and tricks, but recently we started doing this third show where we're going to be interviewing people from the Internet Business Mastery community who have seen, good success in their own businesses so that we can learn from the things that they've been doing. And so we're going to have an interview like this every month. And also, just to let you know that this one goes a little long. The interviews sometimes end up going that way, but that's because we just get so much great information, when we're talking to these people and they're sharing, the process that they've gone through with their business. So we just decided to let it be what it's going to be. So just wanted to give you a heads up there. But without any further delay, here's our interview with Cornelius Fitchner.
And now, the features segment.
Hello, it's Jay here, and I'm on the line with Sterling as usual. And also today we've got somebody that we were just talking about how this is the first time we've talked on the phone with him, but we've known him for a couple of years. He was one of our students in the first of the Internet Business Mastery coaching courses, a podcaster, successful internet business guy in his own right, Cornelius Fitchner, who is the host of the Project Management Podcast, and who actually comes from his native Switzerland, and he's been working as a project manager in his native Switzerland and Germany and now in the U.S. for the last 16 years and has taken that expertise and, I dare I say, passion and turned that into an internet business that is doing quite well. So we're excited to talk to Cornelius today. Thank you, Cornelius, for joining us and welcome to the call.
Well, absolutely. Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
So let's go ahead and dive right in and chat with you about, I guess the natural place to start is to talk, get your version, talk a little bit about how you got into internet business and podcasting and information marketing and kind of what's brought you to the point of where you're at today.
Well, to tell you the truth, this was totally unplanned. I never planned to be an entrepreneur or a businessman. I really stumbled and fumbled and my way into this whole business. I had never seen myself as an entrepreneur, never as a businessman. I expected to be employed for the rest of my life. And then my wife made the mistake of giving me an iPod for my birthday. Yeah, I had been complaining about, the fact that I have to carry around a CD player and it's way too heavy, and I'd love an MP3 player, but these things are just way too big and clunky, and I'm not going to buy an iPod. It's way too expensive. Yeah. At some point, just flipped and said, "Here you go." And that was the first time in my life when I was absolutely silent for about 45 minutes. I could not say beep. And I mean, seriously, I was so surprised by this gift. And she got the best top-of-the-line iPod, and that really got me started. I started to listen to, of course, music first, then books on tape, and then I heard this word podcast somewhere, and I started listening to podcasts. I'm a bit of a science nut. I love to listen to all those science shows that you can get on iTunes, and at some point I told myself, there's nothing here for project managers. And at the time, I was living and breathing project management. I was employed as a project manager. I was on the board of directors here locally of my chapter of the Project Management Institute. And that was just my life. And I'm thinking, but there's got to be something out there for project managers to listen to. And it turns out there was nothing. And at some point, I just decided, okay, I'm going to do this. I bought myself a small little Logitech 2750 microphone for the desk and started recording into that microphone. And my first shows sounded absolutely awful. If you go back now and listen to them, it's so bad. And the whole thing really took off from there. Because at some point, I started to realize, okay, I have a listenership of a few thousand. I am a project manager. I have all this experience in project management. I am also a trainer for a particular project management certificate, which is called the Project Management Professional, the PMP. And I decided to put all of this together. And I decided to create a podcast for people who want to become PMP certified. And I really had no plan for this. I had no intention of making this, into a full-time business. I just thought it might be nice if I could, get back the money that I had invested in my recording equipment and the hosting provider of my free program. Yeah. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. And I started writing the scripts and preparing the recordings. And I just started recording a second podcast for people who want to become PMP certified. And I started selling it. And that's how it really all got started. And it spiraled from there, frankly. And at some point, I had to make a decision because the business, my side business, was going well. I was making decent money with it. It was, not enough to die with, but also not sufficient to survive on. And I just had to decide, okay, I'm either going to have to drop this whole thing and stop doing it because it takes away a lot of my free time, or I'm going to just have to, bite the bullet and become self-employed and focus on that part of my business and just build it and grow it. And, I decided to do it after I had taken, I did it before I had taken your coaching course. And that really helped me, to make the final decision and say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move forward with it. Yeah.
What was the trigger that made you suddenly decide, like, I can actually do this and make real money at it? Was there like this point or some sort of thing within you that made you go, I think this really could work?
It was a combination of two things. First of all, it was a combination of me seeing that my sales kept growing and growing and growing every month. So the logical conclusion was, if I can put more effort into marketing, publishing, making it better, updating my website, building a larger, better, bigger list, I could probably make more money and make a good living with it. And